strict tank. Have to keep an eye on this because this is a bit of an unusual one. Gonna be very interesting to see. No flash for Nagia, understandable. This is pretty normal, but flash ignite, yeah, gonna be looking for a lot of early pressure. Look for a lot of threat to come down, but
I mean, I kind of understand it just in the sense that if you go ignite versus no ignite, you just kind of surrender the lane.
For sure.
You have to be able to match an ignite with it. Like, you don't want to be down a combat summoner.
But you also don't want to be. You also need that hex flash. Maybe you might be running
well,
hex flash. Who knows?
I mean, I set top probably isn't, honestly.
Yeah.
But you need flash. Like, regardless, you need
Still just a bit too good.
Flash Phase Breaker is just way too good.
Yeah, and flash. But yeah, flash is just too good. Just amazing on sets. So interested to see how this goes up. Both junglers going to path towards that top side. Bit of a net. Much like the Wukong versus Nocturne we saw in the first series, bit of an edge to Nocturne if it just goes the full clear route. Killer Queen can try and make things happen, but it's not necessarily the easiest for a Poppy to start a gank, especially if you're like, you can't really go for a mid lane gank. Mid lane is just so hard to work with the setup of the walls. But top lane you can do.
Now, I'm going to look at this Poppy. What dashes does she really stuff?
Artemis, Rono P, Yado. I think Drakthar is unstoppable.
He is.
And Pun, I think, might be as well.
He is with ult. Yeah, he
yes. So, mostly I think it's a tool to keep Artemis and Yado in place and stop them from being overbearing and hard to catch.
Ron getting stunned up. He's going to take some damage, and Killer Queen's gone buff into gank. So he is here already. Artemis will get knocked back. Ron OP just burns the flash to get away. That's a good little trip down to the bot lane by Killer Queen.
It's a nice little start. Gonna sacrifice his top side though for just Drakthar to just power through it. He's not gonna be able to get up there in time. He's gonna it's just gonna end up really stuffed. Red side start for Drakthar as well, so there's nothing on the bot side for him to catch. He might have to go for this repeat gank. Don't know if they're gonna expect it though.
He just hex flashed over the wall. So he's dodged the vision. He's here. Ron OP's going to check it, though. And can they get away? They should be able to. Killer Queen ignited, going down low. Teleport called in as Artemis flashes away. More and more damage going in onto Killer Queen. But first blood has been claimed as Ron OP goes down. Killer Queen so low. He has no flash to get out. Yado will get himself a kill. 1-for-1. But the big story is 13 CS in the jungle.
Yeah. First blood goes over to Braum as well. You really wanted that to land on Killer Queen as a catch-up. And good trading coming out from Pun so far. Should be... works out about even. It's there's natural healing in both kits, so it should be about fine.
Set has more.
Set has easier access to his, but yeah, if they keep trading. And yeah, just gets a nice little bump there. I think you could have... He wanted to...
hang on, we have a fight in the top lane. Gwen has been ignited, but Killer Queen's made their way top and takes down Pun.
Yeah, gonna have to catch a bit of a replay on that one. Pun perhaps over-aggressing, didn't quite catch where the flash went. But overall, 2 kills to 1 across the map, 500 gold for the side of Team Wales. And if Killer Queen can just keep being in the right place at the right time to pick up some kills, pick up some extra gold, that will help make up for this massive CS difference that's building in the jungle. But still, we need to see the poor Poppy make his way to some of these camps, try and get something back for himself. Because I'm gonna look here.
It's just gonna be a flash. He's just gonna go for the play, I assume.
Yeah, he just finds a good angle, but the tries to flash.
Pun missed the kill there. He used the first swing of his Q on a minion.
Yeah,
if he had used it on the Gwen, he would have gotten the kill. But as we see, as we come out of the replay, there was a gank to the top lane to equalize regardless.
Yes. So just Pun keeping up the pressure. Drakthar able to convert well. Might give Killer Queen a little bit of time to try and get something back, notably these chickens. But look at this roam. They are well aware of that this is going to be the play, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think, yeah, they just scare Killer Queen off. Did steal the big raptor still, but the nuggets will go over to Drakthar, so not the worst trade ever. But as you said, it's just been Killer Queen being in the right place at the right time so far.
Yeah, he's been doing well. Now he just needs to try and catch up a little bit. And the gear just being not really respecting where Drakthar could be, and from there it's just lots of CC, lots of rundown. How much he can do about that as Nagia. So back to status 2-2. Cerberus have picked up a gold lead, not much, but as the gold value seem to reset themselves properly. But yeah, just really that jungle advantage coming up huge. A little bit in the top side as well, as Punt has just got this wave in such a bad position for Nagia. It's going to build really big and be a nice big crash for him. Level 6 as well. Nagia is not loving it right now.
Yeah, no, Pun's zoning him away, trying to keep him that level down, deny access to that needlework. And this is sort of the nature of bruises. If you fall behind against them at all, they really make your life in hell. So Nagia's probably going to have to call help, and you can already see Killer Queen heading up there.
Killer Queen heading up there, but both of Cerberus mid-jungle doing that as well, trying to just make sure there's not much they can do. Just interesting positioning coming out from Pun, making his way in to sit in that tri-brush, hoping to catch a whiff of Killer Queen, perhaps. Not quite sure where he is. Puts a little ping down on the Rift Herald, sort of signifying that is going to be the next play, going to be the next objective. And we already see early roams from Ron OP. Looks like they really want to keep Gwen down.
They do, but one thing to keep in mind is that he will not be even close to level 6 for this Rift Herald. So they will not have access to the Solar Flare. CBL, he isn't level 6 yet, but he'll be a lot closer. He's been level 5 for a little while now. And obviously the support ultimates are something that often makes a pretty big difference if this Braum wants to move up at all. And currently it doesn't look like he does.
Yeah, I don't feel like they really have the opportunity to. Killer Queen is on the wrong side of the map. Just want to sort of trade this off. The top lane advantage is just a bit too much right now. Set naturally stronger at this point of the game than Gwen. And this gives Gwen a little bit of time to catch up a bit on CS, but she might have overstepped it.
Yeah, she's very far forward. I wish we were looking at it instead of watching Drakthar auto attack. There's a fight in the top lane, and he's... That's the worst observing I've ever seen.
Yeah. My man's mouse broke.
Drakthar.
My man's keyboard broke. For sure. Because, yeah, we're going to see it now. And, yeah, Nagia he just really wanted this wave to crash. And he just ends up suiciding for it. Absolute. And because he couldn't even kill that last minion properly, it doesn't crash. The wave is in absolute hellhole. It's an absolute hell state for Nagia. There's still a chance that, Set isn't always the most useful as the game progresses. Gwen can eventually find her way back into it, but God, she just feels so far out of the game right now. Her only real saving grace is there's no teleport from Pun to just immediately capitalize and keep that freeze hold.
I just can't believe we just didn't watch that.
My man's keyboard broke. It has to be.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I can think of you wouldn't be like, oh, if you're late to something, I get it.
Auto director would have done better there. But anyway, let's move on. Shit happens. No worries. Checking in around the map as we talk this top lane to death a little bit. There's still the big CS lead in the jungle. But the XP lead has evened out. Killer Queen managing to catch up. And Poppy, of course, not super gold reliant. So in the end, I don't think Wales are too unhappy.
Yeah, just sort of really trying to keep it slow, trying to pray and lean into their scaling options within their composition, which they definitely have. They have a lot of late game damage as the fight progresses, plus very straightforward idea of how to play it out. But Eddie being getting a little bit hyphy there. Ron is in the area. That could have been something, but they do not want to call a bluff. And now just early strength from the side of Cerberus, pretty much across the board. And Wales just trying to weather the storm the best they can. It's not the biggest advantage. As
Fight on the
Nagear
top
and Pun.
side. Ultimate's being traded. Pun having to immediately flash away.
Yeah, so Nagear getting the best of that one. Can't convert into the kill because of that extra summoner, but top side, not quite as in control for Pun as it might have seemed. And now Nagear wants to set up the freeze and try and get a little bit of zone back. But it's not too hard for a set to really break a freeze if he wants. Walk up, E, W the wave, it's gonna start moving.
Yeah, there is a Nocturne coming close as well. Has Paranoia. This is a dive top. We need to look top. Observers, you can't hear me, but we need to look top. Here's the play. The teleports are coming in. Top lane under threat. The Gwen will survive. Drakthar will go down. No. Final tick of Ignite will take down Nagear. 1-for-1. Poppy is here. Slams Pun into the wall. Puts up the Haymaker shield. But there is no healing for this beast. As Killer Queen will take him down. Shut down for the Poppy.
So 1-for-1 over, 2-for-1 overall. This is a nice big swing back that they needed for the side of Wales. Yado not really able to contribute at all despite the roam up. And that is going to be just, yeah, that's exactly what they need. It gives Killer Queen that little bit of an edge. Now here's the collapse on the mid lane.
Yep, Yado tagged up. Just Spirit Rushes away.
Yeah, just going to be a bit of a lane swap for now just to turn the CS nice and safety. Keeps the tower safe, stops any plates from going down, I believe. And on the top side, Glory's going to grab at least one for himself. So all in all, this passage of play has been fantastic for Wales. Bounces them back into a lead. Heavy emphasis on finger quotes, but because, yeah, it's pretty much dead even.
Herald
just that
timed out.
dragon.
Herald just timed. Oh no, he summoned it up at the last second. Never mind, he summoned it up in mid lane. That was very close, but they don't get the ideal Herald use, though it is going to get the charge as Nagear has to run away. Can they get the gold in the right place? Yep, just about.
Just about. Yado's in range. That's pretty much what they want. It's not ideal, but it will suffice for now. And with that collapse to the mid lane, leaves a little bit open for that top side. So, gotta be a nice amount of gold coming back for the side of Cerberus. But a collapse onto Pun. He's just not paying attention.
Yep, uses the showstopper to try and get something done. I mean, this is just a death.
Yeah, just, oh, hold up.
As Now's down in the bottom lane. Ron OP stunned up. The boomerangs are bouncing, and they'll take him down.
Braum just coming up too good, denying so much damage.
In comes the Paranoia, though, straight under the tower. They want to get onto this Sivir, but they can't do it because Drakthar has been CC'd up. They do get the kill. Now, Artemis needs to find another one to make this worth it. He can't, though. Has to get out with the tower focusing on him.
Shield bow proc. Here comes Glory.
I don't think he can't get close enough, surely, for a shuffle. He's going in. He's got the soldiers up, and bang, the spear's good.
Flash and dash. That was enough. And oh, that's a huge swing on the bot side. CBL survives the whole thing, and it's Cerberus that started off. But Artemis just cannot get any damage out. First the exhaust, then the unbreakable in the way. They go for round 2, but Artemis just, he can't really contribute. The ultimate, I think, wears off a little bit part way through here. So though they managed to get on top of Ariadne, he doesn't have the bounce to finish off CBL. No minions. So that pops the shield bow. Then Glory, he's running down, has the flash, has the dash. It's just enough to make his way in. And just runs it down. Another kill for Glory, and slowly Team Wales are putting it together.
Yeah, they're doing really well. And have really countered a lot of what Cerberus needed to do. Ariadne is massive. I think he got 3 plates plus the actual tower kill. He's got 1.5 items. He's got 150 CS, 10 CS a minute. This is a big Sivir.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to see if he can convert it into the team fights, but he's looking a lot more confident than he was in the game against ASC already. So that's fantastic to see. Going to convert this into a dragon. And besides, this time around, even if Ariadne sort of fumbles and falls over, he has so much backup right now. Glory is so strong. The Gear's holding him hostage. That's one.
That is a kill. picked up very easily. Nagia getting his second of the game.
Yeah, now the tower did go down in the trade, and with this teleport, they're not going to get it back. Hold on, just...
Oh, some damage being dumped across. Oh god, look at the scoop from Glory. Pun's already fallen. Ron OP joins him, and Wales have just hit their stride.
It was a bait. It was a ruse. Pun, you pulled in Gloria. That just set him up perfectly for the shuffle to knock you back. Gets 2 more. That's going to clean up the tower. Shall be traded on the top side with Zeri, but with the extra kills in pocket, this is so damn worth for the side of Wales. Now, okay, they're not going to get it.
Charmed him in so that CBL was like, all right, fine, I'm going to kill you, Tal.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Starting to turn right around for Wales. Pick two towers on the board, 6 kill lead, and everyone's looking a little bit better. There's still that big CS deficit in the jungle, but that is kind of doesn't matter. 3-1 and 3 for the Puppy, doing fantastic. It's kind of matched in the mid lane as well. So just the gold is exactly where Team Wales wants it, and Drakthar has to really put it to use and try and spread the love to some of the more effective team members in terms of actually being the big carry, like Artemis, Yado, maybe Pun.
And the scary thing
the
here,
Stridebreaker, not.
No. The scary thing here is that while Artemis is on Zeri, we know what this champion can do, we know what this player can do. Ariete on the Sivir, I feel like it's just incredibly easy to execute.
Yeah, I mean,
like you just kind of right click on nerds.
You definitely can. The thing where Ariete, where Sivir, so we just see pulled in, big scoop, not much can be done. The thing where Sivir sort of almost becomes a little bit harder to play at this level than Zeri is just range deficit. That's what comes into it. Like the Boomerang Blade is of course an absolutely menacing poke tool, but the real bulk of the damage, especially since they've been forced off the lethality, is the auto attacks, is getting those ricochets to bounce through. Now the big beefy front line of Cerberus will allow for those ricochets, so that does help a lot. But yeah, that's still that range disadvantage is where you start to see ADC struggle to execute with Sivir compared to Zeri, who has a pretty significant range.
It's true. But Team Wales definitely favoured at the moment. They're in a fantastic position as Nagia is going to continue to scale up while Pun becomes more and more of a utility bot, particularly with this Gore Drinker build. Gore Drinker is kind of still the best mythic on set in every situation, but Bork first. I like Bork first. If you're going to try and carry a set, Bork first is the way to go.
Yeah, but it's fun. it's fun.
It's true.
So this is completely understandable. Some almost could have considered wouldn't have been too surprised to see a Chem Punk Turbo green face mask. I always forget this damn item. Turbo Chem Tank, thank you.
Turbo Chem Tank, yeah, wow. You made me forget it with how badly you butchered that as Killer Queen. Takes his Gromp, knows that Cerberus are around, but has plenty of friends to back him up. Pun trying to find something to start. Can he get a good face breaker? He can. Into a decent haymaker. The lights are turned out, but Cerberus have just got to run away.
Yeah,
as you said, Yado got yeeted.
Yada gets yeeted. Bit of a stalemate overall. Ultimates blown on both sides, more for the side of Wales. So this should be Cerberus's advantage in the round 2 of the team fight, unless Wales can get a really good pick, a nice body slam against the wall. Not quite gonna make it happen though. So it might just be a bit of a pull off. Team Wales gonna try and perhaps threaten the Baron as a way of dissuading Cerberus's dragon attempt.
They are posturing aggressively. Our Team Wales as they're just in this choke. A big zap goes across them. They catch on to CBL. He flashes over the wall. The wall goes up from Glory. Artemis popping the ultimate, but not able to find any follow-up. Just has to back on off.
Yeah, in the end, they're going to get the teleport from Nagia, I suppose, but now the ultimates have been switched around. Team Wales is coming off cooldown now, and it's going to be actually them that are going to be able to pick up this dragon. A lot of agitation, lots of action, but no kills. It's just this dragon. That's working just fine for the Whales, who really just wanted to keep taking it slow, keep getting to this late game Azir, late game Sivir.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse and worse for Cerberus here. I really feel like they've missed their window. Drakthar was pretty horribly ineffective on this Nocturne. Pun never really got the set working aside from that one moment in lane where he had a pretty big CS lead. But other than that, hasn't really done anything. Artemis has actually played a decent game of Zeri, but has just not been enabled to carry. It just really feels like everything's gone wrong for Cerberus and everything has gone right for Team Wales.
Yeah, we're just seeing this Braum pick pretty much used to its fullest extent. Like, that choke should have been so much more dangerous for Team Wales, but the Unbreakable, living up to its name, absorbs so much of the damage Cerberus was putting out, and in the end, everyone walks away, and Pun, hello.
Yep, has
bad angle
way onto a bit of an angle, but it didn't work out. Does save the blue buff though, as Drakthar will be able to reset that one, pull it for himself. But Team Wales just deathballing around. Looking incredibly threatening as Killer Queen moves in. They catch in. Yep. That severe ultimate charges them forward. Ron OP can do absolutely nothing, and that should just be Baron.
Yeah, Paranoia just absolutely wasted there, I guess, in an attempt to try and stifle the pick, but the Sun Disc goes down to really dissuade their ability to do anything. The gear just going in the air. Still have a numbers advantage, but can they make it happen?
Pun into the wall, gets a big shield, gets a big haymaker, but that's going to be it. They do manage to kill the jungler, so that might stop the Baron. Now Artemis spooled up, has to play around these soldiers, flashing over the wall, trying to use that range. They do manage to pick up a kill. Drakthar onto the backline. Can he get onto Ariadne? No, he can't, but Artemis can. And Artemis is charging forward. It's a Zeri moment, and he gets himself a triple. Cerberus with an ace.
And they're going to be able to start up this Baron. It seems so risky, but Ron OP should be here to tank the damage. And it's the barest of inches. Artemis gets away and then over the wall. You can't. This is so insane. Killer Queen's on his way. He died really early. Yeah, so they're going to just pull back off from it because they can't risk the smite. And this is, it's all falling apart. And bit of a fun one from Nagia, but this is where it really begins. And just such a good start, but Killer Queen cannot hold up to the threat as long as Pun can. And then here, just misses on the Shurima Shuffle, and this gives Artemis the space. Flashes over the wall, can keep raining hell from a distance, as mentioned. And then, yeah, they have to pick their target. Do they try and block Yada? Do they try and block Artemis? Either way, you lose. And Artemis runs it down for the end. A little bit hyphy here for the Baron, but, I mean, all charged up and ready to go. You can understand why.
Zeri. She is very scary. And I am getting almost tired of these Zeri teamfight moments, just turning it all around, turning it on its head. But Artemis is going to be the man to do it if anyone can. 3 items completed for this Zeri now. She is in full hard carry mode. We are back to level goal. Actually, a slight lead for Cerberus now. And now the question becomes, can you kill Artemis before he kills all of you?
Yeah, it's going to get a little bit harder because, hooray, Titanic Hydra is still a core component for Zeri as the build progresses, so gonna get a little bit more health. That shield bow, of course, always a nuisance. Just have to keep her locked down, and this is where Team Wales are gonna start to struggle because they don't have great CC to keep her there. Trying to bait it in, trying to look for something, but that blue trinket will just spot it out instantly.
Artemis tries to land a bit of W poke and is spell shielded by Ariadne though, so he's okay. Another one will hit onto Glory, big chunk.
That was the worst change they ever made. I really don't like the super laser.
I don't like the big laser either. At least it's not AP Zeri. We've seen some disgusting things in, I think LFL was the big clip that popped off. Oh, in they go. Ron OP trying to make something happen in the set to the back line. The Nocturne following up, but let's keep our eyes on Artemis. He gets yeeted out of the fight. He will not be participating, and Cerberus collapses without him. Now he returns, but it's only him and Yado left alive. Perfect stuff by Killer Queen. Eliminated the one threat.
So much health though. Okay, the teleport's going to come back in from Glory.
This is Baron.
Charge on that, so Baron will be set up. I'm just still worried. I saw OG do it.
He doesn't have ult. He doesn't have ult. He can't do it. He can get the dragon. That was huge by Killer Queen. Fine. MVP.
Yeah, absolutely massive, fantastic. Keeper's verdict keeps Artemis well away, and that's it. Yeah, we mentioned he's the big one, and just here. They buy so much time, they cut through it, and the Killer Queen walks in, knocks him away, and they buffed that. Okay, it's actually been a while since they did buff it, but pretty much they made it, so you can no longer just sort of kind of find your way back into the fight. They tried to make a pick onto Yado, apparently. Didn't work, but nice. Wells have the Baron. They're feeling very confident right now. Now they need to sort of convert it into bit more tower damage, try and break open these inners, maybe break open the base. Their siege should be something fearsome with all the wavery, with all the range. It's going to be up to Cerberus to perhaps find an angle to break it, because this death ball from Wales so far has been pretty damn effective.
It really has. It's been so hard for the Cerberus to try and find a way to breach it. They've been throwing everything and the kitchen sink at the back line. And it kind of works, because it gives Zeri a chance to spool up, get that massive amount of attack speed, massive amount of movement speed. But if Killer Queen finds a Keeper's Verdict like that, if Artemis gets taken out of the fight, there is nothing else for Cerberus. This is the definition of the 1v9.
Absolute huge siege. I mean, look, Yado is definitely not pulling his weight. 3-0-3 doing fine.
He's not going to do the damage in a team fight, though.
No, in a team fight, no. His job is more to find the charm. Maybe, if he's lucky, delete or chunk out someone like Nagio or Ariadne to a point where they just can't really contribute. But similarly, yeah, that's kind of Killer Queen's job in sort of pushing them away. But so we're just going to need to see them try and put it together. So far, siege going well, picked up one, going to pretty easily pick up a second, you would expect. This Killer Queen is
careful.
A little bit out of position. No, traded on the top side, on the bot side for a tower, thanks to Pun. This is
not a bad result if they can clear this wave. Yado getting hard chunked down.
Bit of an interesting base race.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a base race, but one runner doesn't have legs because he's not going to be able to keep up. Wales now will back off. Are they going to try and interrupt the backs? They are. Pun having a smacko on the inhibs. They are interrupting the backs. This could kick off. We need to go have a look at the fight, though, as Drakthar dove deep in order to stop those recalls. Inhib is down, but he's not going to be able to finish the game, and now you have a 4v5 in your base.
Oh, but it's
a lot of damage going in. Artemis gets the Zeri ult onto several. CBL goes low from that zap. He's surfing forward. He has to be so careful, though, as he takes a hell of a lot of damage. Glory looks for it, can't quite find it. Ron OP will be the one scooped. Trades mid laner for support. Wales have to back off. And in the end, structure-wise, it's an even trade.
It's an even trade, but it's a kill win for the side of Team Wales. In the end, it's not really going to amount to too much. They're
still stopping recall.
My man,
calm down.
That 7 does a lot of damage. Oh man, okay. We got super minions on both sides. Realistically, this should favor the side of Team Wales because they're Cerberus actually.
Yeah, it's on the right
bot side. Because it's the bot lane inhibitor. Yeah, just continue trying to stop the backs. Good dodge from Drakthar. A little bit of a miscommunication. I'm not quite sure what that Keeper's Verdict was for, but they didn't have anything else to run it down with afterwards. couple of nice attempts from Glory to try and find the scoop to sort of make the big team fight win that would allow them to perhaps push for a little bit more, maybe attack the Nexus or something. In the end, it doesn't quite come together. Just short yet again. Ends up trading 1-for-1 because of it, which is pretty much the best he could do in that situation. He'd committed hard and had no way out, so try and make sure one goes down with you. Absolutely fine play from him. Now we're just Dragon number 3 for either team. Bit of a slow one. So with this being the main current objective, this works out pretty well for Team Wales. But especially with Baron still being a minute away.
Yeah, the objectives are not synced on a timer, so Wales should be able to pick up this dragon and still have time to be at Baron with a reset. So this game, Marby, is getting very, very exciting. 3k gold lead for Team Wales at this stage of the game is largely irrelevant. The people to watch are the Azir, the Sivir, and the Zeri. I think everything comes down to them.
Yeah, you definitely need to keep a close eye on them. Where the gold lead sort of comes into relevance is who can survive longer, and but out of like the front lines. And I think currently that should fall into the purview of Wales. Maybe not necessarily Killer Queen being the tankiest, but CBL, he's got that locket. He's gone for the full defense. Nagia just is built extra tanky compared to what we normally see with that Demonic Embrace in tow. So yeah, I feel this frontline advantage will be what can bring Team Wales over the edge, but of course, Zeri kind of doesn't care about a frontline.
Super minions in the base. Cerberus have done a bad job managing their waves, so they are now on a clock. As Baron goes to 4,000 health, Paranoia comes in. Can he find his way into the pit? No. Killer Queen will get the smite. This is far too late. They've made no decision at the wrong time. Rono P having to flash out. They are trapped in the pit.
They could just
if they can find a way. Oh, in he goes. That's a good face. Can he find it? The Glory with a scoop brings them up, and they take down Artemis. Pun will get one consolation kill, but that is going to be it. Yardo having to TP out. Rono P will hit the back, but Team Wales, and they should get the game.
Glory straight into the base. That's one tower down. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. Took a bit too much damage from Yardo, but his team is here. It should be for sure to clean up.
Taking down Killer Queen, having an MVP performance on this Poppy has been incredible all game. They confirm the ace, they confirm the win, and what an important start this is. May I remind you, these are our two middle-of-the-table teams, and if Team Wales can win this series, they will have the head-to-head over Cerberus, something